I'm Claudia Catania, and you're listening to Playing on Air.
Hi, I'm Amy Ryan.
Hi, I'm Hamish Linklater. Before the episode, we have a favor to ask.
We're preparing to record the next season of Playing on Air, but we can't do it without the support of our listeners like you.
So if you're able to chip in $5, $10, or $500, or more than that even, join with us to get theater workers back on the job.
And then back to your earbuds.
Visit playingonair.org/donate to give online.
playingonair.org/donate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, Playing on Air listeners. It's your host, Claudia Catania. While we prepare for a season of brand new plays for this spring, here's a favorite from Playing on Air's vault to keep you company. We hope you'll enjoy it as much as we do, and don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts so other theater lovers can discover Playing on Air too. As always, thanks for listening, and on with the show. You are about to hear How My Grandparents Fell in Love by Cary Gitter, directed by Colette Robert. It features Lucy DeVito and Eli Gelb. How My Grandparents Fell in Love was originally developed and produced by the Ensemble Studio Theater, EST. We'll talk with director and cast and playwright right after they record. And now, How My Grandparents Fell in Love. It is winter, 1933, in the city of Rovno, Poland, now known as Rivne, Ukraine. We are in a millinery shop full of hats on display. A young woman, 21, stands at the counter in a brightly colored dress, reading a book. A young man, 28, enters the store holding a package.
Hello.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Do
you need a hat?
Hat?
This is a hat shop.
Oh, yeah, of course. Look at all these hats.
So, do you want one?
No, I don't want a hat. Thank you.
Okay. But you don't have one.
What?
It's cold out. 1933 is the coldest winter ever in Poland, and you're not wearing a hat.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I did have a hat, but I, lost it today.
You lost your hat?
Yeah.
That's funny. How did you lose your hat?
That's a long story. Hey, do you speak Yiddish?
Why?
Oh, you don't have to worry. I'm not some Polish official or anti-Semite. Screw those guys, right? I'm Jewish. And you're Jewish too, right?
How do you know that?
My cousin Herschel works at the flower shop down the street. You know Big Mouth Herschel?
Uh-huh.
And he told me you're straight up Jew, yo.
Excuse me?
Sorry, dumb joke. It's an American. I'm nervous, can you tell? But if you're Jewish, then I assume you speak Yiddish?
Yeah.
So we should totally talk in Yiddish instead of Polish, because that's just cooler, right? I mean, it's our thing. It's our secret tongue.
Sure, we can speak Yiddish. Ich red Yiddish. I'm speaking Yiddish.
Ich red Yiddish. Oich, I'm also speaking Yiddish.
Okay, good, great. But I don't get it. Who are you?
You don't recognize me?
No.
'Cause I've been passing by this shop every day for 2 weeks now, and I thought we were making insane eye contact through the glass.
I've never seen you before in my life.
Wait, seriously?
Nope. You must have an overactive imagination.
God, wow, damn. I totally thought that was the thing that was happening. All right. Well, clearly I have noticed you.
Clearly.
I mean, this is a gray city. Everything is gray here. The buildings, the people, the weather. I'm not from here, by the way. I'm from Tuchin. It's about 20 miles east of here. You ever been?
No.
Yeah, don't bother. It's just fields and quiet misery. Anyway, I've been here for 2 weeks now, and this city is gray. But every day I've seen you through the window in a bright dress reading your novel.
I don't read novels.
Oh.
I think they're a waste of time.
Really? I like novels. Like Sholem Aleichem, Tevye the Milkman.
Oh my God, that stuff is corny. But you seem like someone who'd like novels.
Wait, what is that?
You seem like a dreamer.
A dreamer?
Like foolish and clumsy, but also sort of gentle and kind.
Okay. I'll take that. So if you don't read novels, then what do you...
Philosophy and religion. Life's too short to not always be learning. This book's about Kabbalah.
Kabbalah? You mean that crazy Jewish mystic stuff?
Uh-huh. There's a whole chapter about mystic sexuality.
Huh. I'd actually be interested
So why are you
in...
here in Rovno?
Charlie.
Charlie? That's your name? What kind of a name is Charlie?
It's an American name. Like, like Charlie Chaplin. What's your name?
Chava.
Chava, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
In America, you'd probably be Eva.
Eva?
Yeah. Like, my real name is Sala, but no one in America knows how the hell to say Sala, so I changed it to Charlie.
You've been to America?
I live in America. I immigrated there with my parents and my brother 10 years ago when I was 18.
So why are you back in Poland?
I'm back in Poland to find a wife.
To find a wife?
And bring her back to America with me. Ta-da!
Wait. Hold up. Hold up. Is that what this is?
No.
Because I am definitely not in the market for a husband.
No, I know. We don't even know each other.
And I'm going to go to college.
College?
Yeah. You think I want to work in a hat shop my whole life? I mean, it's fine for now. I'm saving up. I give money to my parents. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. They're all younger. But in the next year or 2, I'm going to go to Warsaw University. I'm going to study languages. Guess how many languages I know right now? 4. Hell yeah. Polish, Russian, Yiddish, and Hebrew. I'm an autodidact.
A what?
A self-taught intellectual. I'm going to be a scholar one day. A professor. A linguist. I'm not trying to get married.
Wow.
What, you don't think I could do that?
No, I think that's awesome, but isn't that going to be tough at Warsaw?
Why?
I mean, I've heard that school is like out of control anti-Semitic.
What place isn't out of control anti-Semitic?
America.
Yeah, right.
It's true. There's so many immigrants there, people don't have time to just hate the Jews. I mean, sometimes these Italian kids run by my store and call me Christ killer.
You have a store?
I have a store.
What kind of store?
A shoe store. Well, a shoe repair store. In a magical land called Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hoboken, New Jersey.
I started out as a clerk in my uncle's store in New York City. But then I made enough to start my own store a couple years ago. But I'm going to, branch out into real estate.
You can stop trying to impress me. I'm not going to marry you.
No, yeah, no, right. I was just saying. Oh, which reminds me, this is for you.
What is this?
Open it. Shoes! From Hoboken, New Jersey.
What size are these?
9.
9? I'm a 6.
Damn. Yeah, I'll modify them. Sorry, these were actually originally for someone who has kind
Who
of big...
are they for?
The woman who I was supposed to marry.
You were engaged?
Sort of.
All
but
right.
It didn't work out. That's
Let
all
me tell you
over.
something, okay? Charlie, you are admittedly charming in a sort of bumbling way.
Okay, we can work
But
with that.
number 1, I don't know if I want to marry anyone, let alone someone I just... I mean, I have some friends who are so desperate to get to America but that's not me. I'm going to get an education in Poland, in my country. Even if I am a Jew, if I'm smart enough, that can't stop me. I'm going to stay close to my family. And number 2, I will not accept another woman's giant shoes.
I respect that. I respect that so much.
Charlie.
Let me just explain.
No, that's okay.
My cousin Herschel wrote me a letter.
That's
He was
fascinating.
like, Charlie, you're established in America now. You're almost 30. I know you want to get married. I know the perfect woman for you here in the old country. Her family wants to meet you. They'll put you up in their house. So I was like, sweet. So I sailed over here a couple weeks ago. I brought those shoes for her. But me and this girl did not hit it off. I mean, she's a totally fine person, but she took one look at me and she was like, nope. And I was like, I accept that. And then I started seeing you every day when I walk by here.
Uh-huh.
For real. And I was like, maybe she's the one, the girl with the bright dresses. But I'm not really good at confrontation.
Why does that not surprise me?
So instead of officially breaking it off with her family, I just snuck out of their house today and I took the shoes to give to you.
What do you mean you snuck out?
I jumped from the window of the guest room.
You jumped?
2 stories.
No way.
That's how I lost my hat. It blew off and got stuck in a tree.
That's ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Yep. Oh my God, what is that?
The band at the cafe across the street.
Oh my God, this is perfect. This is so romantic. This is like a movie.
They annoy the hell out of me.
You don't like it?
I prefer classical.
Right.
I prefer Chopin.
Okay, but would you want to, like, dance anyway?
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm working.
No one's in here. You're allowed to have a little fun on the job. Come on. What could be better than dancing to annoying music with a ridiculous man? So, like...
What?
So you're not, like, worried at all?
About what?
About what's going on in Europe?
What do you...
I mean, I'm not an expert or anything, but I read the papers back in America, and there's all this nationalism, right? And everyone's coming down on the Jews.
When have they not come down on
And
us?
in Germany, they elected that guy.
Hitler? He's an idiot.
Yeah, but...
Have you seen how he talks and moves his arms? He's a clown.
Yeah, but have you heard what
He's not really going to do any of that stuff.
How do you know?
And that's Germany. This is Poland. We'll be fine.
You know, being back here, I see all these people, all these Jews, like, in the street, and I just want to, like, take them all back to America with me, keep them safe.
We're fine.
And I know I can't do that, but I really, really wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
Thank you, Charlie. That's sweet. But I'm good. I can take care of myself. We can take care of ourselves.
Look, I'm here for 2 more weeks. You want to get blintzes tomorrow?
Blintzes?
Please tell me you don't hate blintzes.
I like blintzes.
Thank God. So how about that
They
cafe
don't serve
across?
Jews.
Really? Dang. Somewhere else then?
I'm not moving to America with you.
You know, there are amazing universities there and museums. You could always be learning.
That sounds great, but I'm not going to marry you, Charlie.
Okay. Okay. I accept that.
Then why get blintzes?
I don't know, just to, like, hang out, get to know each other.
I'll think about it.
You will? Awesome. I'll stop by tomorrow. I'll get your shoes fixed, size 6.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah?
A hat for Sala.
How much?
On the house. You need a hat. It's cold out. A man without a hat is a hot mess.
I'm usually a hot mess anyway.
I get that.
Blintzes!
Blintzes.
You just heard How My Grandparents Fell in Love, written by Cary Gitter and directed by Colette Robert. It featured Eli Gelb as Charlie and Lucy DeVito as Chava. You can learn more about all our artists at playingonair.org. Cary Gitter, playwright. Is this story based on your actual grandparents? And if so, how did you first come upon their story?
Sure. Yes, this play is very closely based on my actual grandparents' story, which I heard from various relatives growing up, from my father and from my aunt. The circumstances are pretty roughly true. The actual meeting is imagined, but the circumstances of my grandfather having been to America and owning a shoe repair store and returning to have an arranged sort of marriage and that not working out, and his encountering my grandmother, those things are all true. And their personalities are sort of roughly what I think they were as well. Yeah.
Was it, in fact, almost love at first sight? I mean, it's not called How My Grandparents Met. It's called How My Grandparents Fell in Love.
Yeah, I think they got along fairly well very quickly, and then he ended up taking her back with him, and she ended up being the only member of her family who survived as a result of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Colette Robert, as a director, what do you make of Cary's use of contemporary American lingo in a 1933 setting?
I think it heightens the comedy of it and also the relatability for modern audiences. And I feel like all of Cary's work has so much humor and sort of heart in it. And I think the sort of modern lingo really helps with the comedy and the relatability now.
What would you say is the import of Chava and Charlie switching from Polish to Yiddish when they first met?
Yiddish was the language that was the Jewish language, and it was the language that Jews spoke to each other in private settings, and they would speak the language of their nation in public, in the world.
Cary, to what extent did the extermination of Jews in Western and Eastern Europe by the Nazis impact their character and their values and their temperaments of not only your grandmother, but your parents, if not you?
As I mentioned, my grandmother was the only member of her family who ended up immigrating with my grandfather when he brought her back. So the rest of her family died. They were all in this town, Rovna, in Poland, and were killed by a roving Nazi death squad that rounded all the Jews of that city up and brought them into the woods and killed them. So that certainly affected her outlook on life and on the world.
Could you tell the story about how your grandparents met? Anyone? Lucy?
Well, on my mom's side, my grandparents met at a dance. My great-grandmother, she came over from Russia in, the early 1900s. And my grandpa, he came over with his family when he was 1. On my dad's side, I know less, but they're Italians and not Jewish, so it's a different thing.
But, Eli, do you have any idea how your grandparents fell in love?
I don't know the exact story on my mom's side. I know how I know that my grandfather on my mom's side was an editor in Germany, and because of his connections in the literary world, he was able to get out of Germany earlier than many others. And he brought with him a girl who he was sort of, as I've heard, sort of casually dating. And they came here together, and they ended up getting married and having a daughter who's my mom. My dad's mom came here as a refugee from the war as well. And when she got here, someone who she was staying with set her up with someone to exchange. So my grandfather was in medical school. And at the time, most medical texts were in German. And so he needed to learn German, and my grandmother needed to learn English. And so they were set up in this very, platonic fashion to do that. And I think he.
It's a rom-com right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And here you is.
And here I am. So.
Those are good stories.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all. It's been a great pleasure having you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you so
much.
Cary Gitter, playwright. Eli Gelb, Lucy DeVito, and director Colette Robert. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
You've been listening to Playing on Air, Great American Short Plays with Great American Actors. Associate producer, Michelle O'Brien. Literary manager, Bonnie Antosh. Literary assistant, Aditya Pratama. Marketing and communications manager, Shelley Horwitz. Theme and play music, Tom Cochan. Recording and sound design, John Kilgore. Playing on Air is distributed by PRX, Public Radio Exchange. For Playing on Air, I'm your host, Claudia Catania. Thanks for listening.